What's up guys, Kieran Hedley here. Today we're going to go through the deadlift. So it's definitely my strongest movement by far, and it's something that I'm really trying to increase as much as possible, because that's one that I have the most potential with, because if I increase this deadlift, right, then my total number, which is at the moment about 480, should be a lot higher. So we're working off a 1RM of 205. I've only pulled 200 before, but I'm pulling 205 numbers pretty sweet. So it's all good guys, it is all good. Anyway guys, let's get to the video.
We gotta feel that rush again.
Alright, so if you haven't done so already, go check out my very first video. So this is before we get started, go check out my very first video on powerlifting, because it does cover the base of all the lifts, and it does kind of go into detail about how I'm going to go about these cycles, just so you get a general idea of how we're going to go through everything. Anyway, I'm going to put over the footage of the deadlifts. Yeah, I'm not actually meant to film in this gym. It is Les Mills, it's where I work. I got permission, okay? Anyway, aside from all that, I'm going to go through the technique first. So I'm just showing you with a light 60 kgs how to go through the deadlift. As you can see, I aim for thoracic extension, which is the upper part of your back. So thoracic extension, you should aim for around about 15 degrees of thoracic extension before you even attempt the deadlift. So if you can't get 15 degrees of thoracic extension, I suggest you go and do some thoracic extension exercises. Once you've actually got that, then, and also once you've got enough hip mobility, okay, and if you don't have much hip mobility, then I just suggest doing a lot of mobility work on your hips. Now that we've got that down, what you want is around about 30 degrees of a bend from horizontal with the back, and also we're aiming for just a singular movement, not two movements. Okay, I'm going to put first how to not do it, because this is how it will normally be performed. I've seen this so many times with the deadlift, and then I'm going to show you now how to do it, because if we're doing version 1, okay, of the deadlift, that version is going to be detrimental to not only your body, so your back and your hamstrings, but it's also going to limit the amount of output that you can put into the deadlift. So it means your total potential in the deadlift is actually more minimal than version 2 of the lift. The reason why version 2 of the lift is going to be a lot stronger is because you're able to incorporate more of your leg, because it's not going to be so hamstring dominant. You're going to incorporate the quadricep as well. So the best way to remember how to do version 2 is to just imagine you're humping the bar, okay? So your hips aren't going up and then forward, they're just going straight into the bar. So just as you can see on this video, I'm literally just firing my hips through to the bar. You'll see as I get a lot heavier, my hips will shoot a little bit, and that's something I'm still working on. It's something that I'm not perfect at, but it's something that I'm always working towards, is to get that hip hump, right? That sounds so bad. But you get what I mean. Now that we've got how to do the deadlift, I want to actually cover the starting form. So you can do sumo deadlift or conventional. When you're doing conventional or sumo, you need that 15 degrees of thoracic extension I talked about. So to do that, once you've set up, you want to retract your shoulders as much as possible, and imagine you're pulling your collarbone through to your chin. What this is going to do is it's going to help extend that thoracic without curving that lumbar too much as well. And once you've got your stance, so for me, I'm more of a conventional lifter. Some people go sumo, which means you're going to have your legs double your shoulder width, and then you're just going to grip with close grip, and it does mean you're going to get lower to the ground, and it's going to be more glute dominant. I am more glute, I'm more of a glute dominant guy, but I've always gone conventional, so I am actually stronger in that position. If you are more quad or hamstring dominant, then I do suggest going conventional opposed to going a sumo deadlift. Although you can work on your weaknesses, it is actually quite important to kind of touch on both, because it will strengthen you at different positions and therefore build a better base for you to perform your main lift. Alright, so now that we've covered that, I've just got my notes here. So this is kind of what I've been working off. I'm working off a 205 kg deadlift 1RM. So that means this week, the first 4 sets, I'm actually going to do 5 reps of 162.5 kgs. I'm going to put the percentages of my lifts, so what the max is, like the percentage of the max I'm working off on the screen, so you can see that as well. And then also, after I've done my 4 sets of that, 4 sets of 5, I'm going to be doing 122.5 kgs for triples for 6 reps EMOM. So EMOM means every minute on the minute. That means literally every 60 seconds I start my set, and then if that set takes about 15 to 20 seconds, then I've got about 40 to 45 seconds rest before I perform the next set. That's awesome for building muscular endurance. So muscular endurance is super important because it means how long that muscle can take a toll, or how many reps you can perform with that particular weight. So it will enhance that and therefore give you an opportunity to build more strength. So this is week 1 of my cycle. I will have 2 more weeks of this before I repeat the cycle, but with a different max. So I'm gonna increase everything by 2.5 kgs after I've done the strength cycle. Now that we've covered the deadlift, I'm finally gonna cover some accessory movements that I suggest. So I do suggest performing front squats. Front squats, honestly, it's gonna help with your posterior chain strength. I've blabbered a bit there. And also your quad strength as well. Both of them are gonna be very helpful for the deadlift, because with posterior strength, your posterior is everything along the back basically. So everything that runs down from the back to the glutes, to the hamstrings, to the calves, that's all involved in your posterior chain. And with a stronger posterior chain, you're gonna have a stronger deadlift, because deadlift is primarily posterior. And now if you're having trouble in these 2 different points, so first of all, if you're having trouble with the bottom of the deadlift, so pulling it off the ground, then I suggest doing deficit deadlifts or doing snatch grip deficit deadlifts. I'm going to basically quickly put over a video of both of them so you can kind of see what they are. And then after you, if you can master those and increase the weight and the amount that you're able to pull on those, you're going to notice a huge difference in when you're coming off the ground in the deadlift, because you're going to be stronger in the bottom portion of that deadlift. Now the second thing you can do to help with the deadlift is, if you are finding it quite difficult to lock out at the top of the deadlift, so from the knee up, if you manage to lift it off the ground and then it's only getting part way and then you're falling again or collapsing or losing strength there, you can work on the deadlift by doing rack pulls as one. So heavy rack pulls, that's going to help you pass that sticking point. Make sure you actually start from just below your sticking point so you can work through it. So that's the other thing that you can do. And then the second thing you can do is hip thrusts. So work on deep hip thrusts, not ones just from the ground, but actually ones where you're actually sitting on the bench and performing hip thrusts, so you can get full range of movement there. Even put your feet on top of a platform while you're doing these hip thrusts, so you can get even more of a range of motion before your bum hits the ground. So that's also a couple of other exercises that you can perform in order to enhance your deadlift. Alright, so that's one exercise I actually forgot to mention, was a pause deadlift, coming up to just below the knee in the deadlift, pausing for about 1 or 2 seconds, and then exploding through. So that's also going to help if you're struggling with the top portion of the deadlift, so look how the deadlift. And now 2 more accessory movements I really recommend. Okay, pull-ups, super important for posterior chain strength. It's going to help with the scapular retraction, which again is so helpful for when you're doing the deadlift, because you can retract your scapula, you're going to get more thoracic extension as well, and it's going to be you're going to be in a much stronger position. And then finally, the bent over row. So the bent over row is going to help again posterior strength, but from a more horizontal point. And now that we've covered everything, that's the deadlift, guys. If you have any other questions, honestly, I'm always here to help out. So if you have any questions, just comment below or send me a message on Instagram or anything like that. I'm always happy to help. I really am. That's what I'm here for. That's why I started this channel. So once again, guys, that's the deadlift from the Powerlifting series. If you enjoyed it, just leave a like, subscribe to this channel as well, and thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate you. Take care, guys. I'm out. Have a good day.